What happened to our resident workforce, local workforce? It actually grew. Very modestly, but it grew. Which country can actually produce this, report card?
I have two questions. First, I would like the Minister to confirm whether the Singaporean workers has been disadvantaged under the current employment regime, whereby a wage disadvantage is against Singaporean because foreign workers don't contribute to CPF. There's no quota on EP holders. There's no skills transfer requirement. There's no succession planning requirement. Is this a conscious trade-off that we have to make? Second question, given that the ministry has already done a lot of work on the PWM, and I appreciate the work that they have, the government has put in, and this House is also of a consensus that all of us should be helping, we should be helping the lower wage workers more. So why is it so difficult to take that one small step? Because we have already put in a lot of subsidies for the low-wage workers. Just take the one small step to make it a blanket living wage or minimum wage. And then we can concentrate our effort and resources on upgrading our workers through the vocational PWM that the government has started. I think that is a very good step because we really have to upgrade the skills and the income of our higher wage workers, actually. Okay, those are the two questions. Thank you.
Mr. Chairman, I thank Mr. Leong for his acknowledgement of MOM's work and also for his support, I think, for extending PWM. He has asked the question, why don't you just take that small step? Actually, we took that big step in 2007 through the introduction of workfare. And this comes at no cost to the employers and therefore no disemployment risk to the worker. That step was already taken in 2007. I think, first of all, we have to recognize that. It is the broadest based support that we are providing to lower wage workers. It comes every month. It supports the lower wage workers, not only cash payouts, but also to build up their CPF. So that, like all Singaporeans, they have the prospect of not just providing for their families, but also providing for themselves in retirement. Workfare in 2007 was a big step. Let's remember that. To his question on whether we have disadvantaged Singaporeans, I'm not sure whether Mr. Leong was in here when Mr. Liang Eng Hua delivered his cut, which I thought was so sharp in pointing out that when you look at 2020, the tremendous trauma that our employment market went through, over the course of the whole year, what was the employment contraction? 170,000+. Which aspect, which segment of the workforce contracted? Foreign workforce, 180,000+. What happened to our resident workforce, local workforce? It actually grew. Very modestly, but it grew. Which country can actually produce this, report card? And so, from that perspective, in what way has the local workforce been disadvantaged?